Welcome. In this intricate dance we call life, it's often difficult to discern genuine interaction from calculated manipulation. Today, we delve into the shadowy world of dark psychology, a realm where understanding human behavior transcends mere social pleasantries and becomes a tool for control. Our focus 10 manipulation tricks employed to influence and dominate others. The purpose of this expose is not to equip you with the tools of manipulation, but to illuminate the tactics used against you. Knowledge, as they say, is power. By understanding these techniques, you empower yourself. You develop a shield against those who seek to exploit your vulnerabilities, allowing you to navigate the complexities of human interaction with sharpened awareness. Remember, the information presented here is a double-edged sword. Just as a skilled surgeon can use a scalpel to heal, it can also inflict harm. Use this knowledge ethically for self-protection and awareness, never for malicious intent. Imagine this. You question your memory, your sanity, even your very perception of reality. This, my friends, is the insidious nature of gaslighting. A manipulator employing this tactic will subtly twist facts, deny events, and plant seeds of doubt, all to make you question your own judgment. You're made to feel responsible for misunderstandings, even when you're not. Let's say you remember a specific conversation, but the manipulator insists it never happened, going so far as to provide alternative facts. This can leave you feeling confused, questioning your memory, and ultimately, your sanity. Over time, the victim of gaslighting may begin to doubt their own thoughts and feelings, making them more susceptible to the manipulator's control. Love bombing, as the name suggests, might appear harmless on the surface. After all, who doesn't enjoy being showered with affection? The danger lies in its intensity and its manipulative intent. This tactic involves overwhelming the target with excessive flattery, gifts and attention, creating a whirlwind romance that feels too good to be true. This sudden and intense affection is designed to create a strong emotional bond, making the target dependent on the manipulator. They crave the highs of this artificial adoration, making them more susceptible to control and manipulation later on. Be wary when someone showers you with excessive affection early in a relationship, especially if it feels disproportionate to the time you've spent together. Triangulation is a cunning tactic that preys on our insecurities. The manipulator introduces a third party into the equation, creating a sense of jealousy and competition. This could be a former lover, a potential rival, or even a fabricated person, used as a tool to make you crave their validation and approval even more. This tactic is often used to undermine your sense of self-worth and make you more reliant on the manipulator's approval. They might casually compare you to others, highlighting your perceived flaws or their positive attributes. By creating this perceived competition, the manipulator keeps you off balance and more likely to conform to their desires. This technique is a masterclass in subtle manipulation. It starts with a small, seemingly insignificant request, one that most people would find easy to agree to. Once you've complied, the manipulator then escalates to larger requests, gradually pushing your boundaries. This tactic relies on the principle of consistency. Our brains like to maintain a sense of consistency in our actions and beliefs. Once we've agreed to something, we're more likely to agree to similar requests in the future, even if they are larger or more demanding. Be wary of individuals who start with small requests and then gradually increase their demands. It's crucial to recognize this pattern and establish your boundaries early on. The door-in-the-face technique is a fascinating psychological maneuver. It involves starting with an outrageous request, one that you're almost guaranteed to refuse. Then, the manipulator presents a smaller, more reasonable request, which is their actual goal all along. The contrast between the two requests makes the second one seem much more appealing. Our brains are wired to perceive relative differences, and by comparison, the smaller request seems like a much better deal. Be cautious when someone presents a significant request, followed by a smaller, seemingly more reasonable one. Consider each request on its own merit, rather than being swayed by the contrast effect. This tactic exploits our tendency to make judgments based on first impressions. When someone possesses a particularly strong positive trait, such as physical attractiveness, charisma, or a stellar reputation, we tend to generalize those positive qualities to other aspects of their personality. This cognitive bias, known as the halo effect, can be used to manipulate how we perceive and judge others. A charming individual might use this to their advantage, masking their true intentions behind a veil of charisma and likability. Remember, first impressions can be deceiving. Don't be afraid to question, observe, and form your own judgments, independent of superficial charm. The reverse psychology operates on a simple principle. People often desire what they're told they can't have. By suggesting the opposite of what they actually want, the manipulator triggers a sense of reactance in their target, making them more likely to engage in the desired behavior. This tactic plays on our innate desire for autonomy and control. When someone tells us we can't or shouldn't do something, it often makes us want to do it even more. Recognize when someone is subtly pushing you towards a particular choice by seemingly discouraging it. Trust your instincts and make decisions that align with your own goals and values. Silence, while often associated with peace and contemplation, can also be a potent tool of manipulation. The silent treatment in this context is not about taking time to cool down or reflect. It's about withholding communication as a form of punishment or control. This tactic preys on our innate need for connection and validation. Being ignored by someone we care about can trigger feelings of rejection, self-doubt, and anxiety. The manipulator uses this silence to evoke a reaction, to make you question yourself, and ultimately, to bend to their will. Remember, healthy communication is crucial in any relationship. If someone consistently uses silence as a weapon, it's a red flag that warrants serious consideration. Guilt is a powerful emotion, one that manipulators often exploit to their advantage. They might exaggerate their own efforts or sacrifices, making you feel indebted to them. Alternatively, they might play the victim, making you feel responsible for their unhappiness or misfortune. This tactic preys on your sense of empathy and your desire to be a good person. You're made to feel guilty for not meeting their demands, even if those demands are unreasonable or unfair. Learn to recognize when your feelings of guilt are being manipulated. Set healthy boundaries and don't be afraid to say no to requests that make you feel uncomfortable or compromised. The scarcity principle is a fundamental principle of persuasion. It states that opportunities seem more valuable when they are less available. Manipulators exploit this principle by creating a sense of urgency or scarcity, making you feel like you need to act quickly before you miss out. This tactic plays on our fear of missing out, or FOMO, and our tendency to place a higher value on things that are perceived as scarce or exclusive. Be wary of limited time offers, exclusive deals, or any situation where you're pressured to make a quick decision based on a perceived scarcity. Take your time, evaluate your options rationally, and don't let artificial deadlines or limited availability cloud your judgment. Now that you've peered into the depths of these manipulative tactics, remember this: knowledge is your shield. By understanding these dark psychology tricks, you're better equipped to identify and resist them. You can protect yourself from those who seek to exploit your vulnerabilities and navigate the complexities of human interaction with greater awareness. Knowledge, however, is a double-edged sword. Just as it can be used for protection, it can also be used to manipulate. Use this newfound understanding ethically, for self-improvement and awareness, never to take advantage of others. The true strength lies in recognizing these tactics, not in wielding them against others. Thank you for joining me on this journey into the shadows. Stay vigilant, stay informed, and use this knowledge ethically. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more insightful content.